All right, it's 5 o'clock. We'll call our meeting to order. I'd like to remind everyone also, if you didn't sign in, please sign in at the table up there by the door. Let's stand for the invocation and the pledge of allegiance. Shirley, would you do the invocation for us?
Most gracious Heavenly Father, we thank you so much for today. We thank you for the weather that we ask that you be with us to conduct the business of the city. You Heavenly Father, be with our country and be with Ukraine. Just be with our country, Heavenly Father, and bring us back together, closer together. Be with people that have lost their lives this past weekend, shootings. Be with the young people that's got the guns, help them or not to use. We ask this in thy name. Amen.
Amen. Pledge allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the nation's flag. Pledge allegiance to the republic, one nation, under God, one and indivisible. Please seat. This time we'll move into our consent agenda, where we take discussion and possible action on approval of the minutes for the April 11th, 2022 City Council meeting.
Mayor, I make a motion that we approve for the April 11th, 2022 council meeting.
We have a motion. Do we have a second? We have a second. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, call for a vote. All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed, no. Motion carries. All right, we have a presentation that we'd like to make. This is something that we started, I don't know, how long ago, Roy?
Long time.
This is plaques that we get for people who have served on the council. This is this is to show Shirley's service for May 2020 through May 2022, and the 22 part would be that she does probably have 22 years or more on the council. Wow. 25. Okay. Commissioner Sugar also has quite a few years on the council, but this is for his service for 2020 through 2022. Thanks, Mr. Mayor. If y'all notice, there's a $2 bill on there because everybody on our council receives the salary of $1 a year. We gave a $2 bill. All right, thank you for your service. All right, let's see. Oh, we're not there yet. We're at public comments. So it's time for our item C, our public comments. At this time, comments will be taken from the audience on any subject matter, whether or not that item is on the agenda. All comments are limited to a maximum of 3 minutes for each speaker. If more than one person wishes to address the same subject, a spokesperson must be selected who will be recognized to represent the group. Your comments are appreciated. Texas Open Meetings Act does not allow the council to discuss items not listed on the agenda. However, if possible, your questions may be answered with statement of policy, statement of fact, or it may be placed on a future agenda for attention by council. You also may be directed to the appropriate department head to address your questions or problems. Does anyone like to speak to the council, make a public statement, comment? Hearing none, we'll move on to our regular session, item D. So this is the time we'll canvass the May the 7th, 2022 general election. So that means I need to ask some of our council members to take the material into the conference room and do the canvassing. So Shirley, would you and Brent and Marita take on that responsibility for us? Anybody know any good jokes?
Yeah.
It'll just take a few more minutes for them to finish the canvassing. Okay, so we have a report back from our canvassing board, and everything tallies out okay. Correct, I guess I should say. Proposition then for the elected officials. A summary of election returns are for Alderman Francis Strati Lopez with 75, Alderman Jay Odom 136, Alderman Mike Sugar 98, and Alderman Laney Brown 91. So, of course, as you all know, the top three vote getters are the ones that are installed as Alderman. That's Jay, Mike, and Laney. Now I'm required to go over all of the propositions as well. So proposition number 1 was the reauthorization of the local sales and use tax in the city of West Orange, Texas, at the rate of 1/4% to continue providing revenue for maintenance and repair of municipal streets. The tax expires on the 4th anniversary of the date of this election unless the imposition of the tax is reauthorized. The votes for were 182 and votes against 17. Proposition number 2 was Section 3, disannexation of municipal boundaries be added to Article 2, municipal boundaries in the Charter of the City of West Orange, Texas, to give the city the power and authority by ordinance to disannex property within the boundaries of the city, subject to any restrictions or limitations provided by the Constitution and laws of the state of Texas. That vote passed with for 138 and against 52. Proposition number 3, shall Article 5, duties and powers of officers, Section 11, judge of municipal court, in the charter of the City of West Orange, Texas, be amended to remove the requirements that the judge must be a qualified elector and resident of the city. That failed. Vote for 90 and votes against 109. Proposition number 4, shall the title of Article 5, duties and powers of officers, Section 15, removal of officers in the Charter of the City of West Orange, Texas, be amended to read removal of appointed officers as addressed in said section. That voted passed with votes for 154 and votes against 40. Proposition number 5, shall the word appointed be added before the word officer in the first sentence of Article 5, duties and powers of officers, Section 15, removal of officers in the Charter of the City of West Orange, Texas, to clarify subject and remain consistent with the remainder of the section. Article 5 passed with 161 for and 30 against. Proposition number 6, shall Article 5, duties and powers of officers, Section 16, salaries of appointed officers in the Charter of the City of West Orange, Texas, be amended to read, the City Council shall set the salary or compensation of all paid officers appointed by the mayor each fiscal year. That item number 6, votes for 171, votes against 28. So it passed as well. Proposition number 7, shall Article 16 Municipal Court, Section 1A, Creation and Jurisdiction in the Charter of the City of West Orange, Texas, be amended to read, in the absence or disability of the judge, the court may be presided over by an alternate judge appointed by the mayor and approved by the city council. The salaries of said judge and alternate judge shall be fixed by ordinance. That proposition passed as well, 176 for and against 22. And that's the total sum of our election. Thank everybody that came out to vote. That's the canvassing. So, presentation of certificates of election of elected officials. I am presenting to Michael Sugar, being reelected again, his certificate. Thank you, Michael, for your service. Appreciate it. And to Jay Odom as well. Thank you, appreciate it. Oh, sorry. And Lane. Thank you, Lane. We appreciate you.
Absolutely, thank you.
Appreciate your willingness to come and serve. That's right. Look forward to working with y'all on council. So, issue of statements of elected officers is our next item, item number 3.
Yes.
We go to that. We go with it. I guess could have given it to you just that science. I could maybe add something in there, you know?
Something you don't agree with.
I was fine. Wasn't on the agenda. Now the oaths of office. Issuance of oaths of office. Okay, Ida, you're to help them with the oath of office, administer the oath of office, I guess is where it is. Mike, you're gonna about 2 years in Lane. Is somebody gonna get some pictures?
I am. It's not too recent.
Okay.
It's good.
Hey, you go.
Okay, so in the name and by the authority of the state of Texas, I am going to issue this oath of office, so if you could raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, Laney Brown, do solemnly swear or affirm
I, Laney Brown, do solemnly swear and affirm
that I will faithfully execute the duties of the office of Alderman
that I will faithfully execute the duties of the office of Alderman
of the city of West Orange and of the state of Texas,
of the city of West Orange and of the state of Texas,
and will, to the best of my ability, preserve, protect, and defend
and will to the best of my ability protect, preserve, and defend
the Constitution and laws of the United States
the Constitution and laws of the United States
and this state, so help me God.
and this state, so help me God.
Okay. So, this time, just a minute. Okay, you can raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, Michael Sugar Senior,
I, Michael Sugar Senior,
do solemnly swear or affirm
do solemnly swear and affirm
that I will faithfully execute the duties of the office of Alderman
that I will faithfully execute the duties of the office of Alderman
of the city of West Orange in the state of Texas,
of the city of West Orange in the state of Texas,
and will to the best of my ability preserve, protect, and defend
best of my ability, will preserve, protect, and defend
the Constitution and laws of the United States
the Constitution and laws of the United States
and of this state, so help me
and
God.
of this state, so help me God.
Okay.
Thank you. Oh, a lot of paperwork goes into becoming an alderman.
Oh, I don't know. No, okay. My dog.
Your right hand and repeat after me. I, J.O.,
I, J.O.,
do solemnly swear or affirm
do solemnly swear or affirm
that I will faithfully execute
that I will faithfully execute
the duties of the office
of Alderman
of the city of West Orange
of the city of West Orange
and of the state of Texas,
and of the state of Texas,
and will to the best of my ability
and will to the best of my ability
preserve, protect, and defend
preserve, protect, and defend
the Constitution and laws of the United States
the Constitution and laws of the United States
and of this state,
and of this state,
so help me God.
so help me God.
Congratulations.
I carry one. You gotta be such a fellow.
Official West Orange.
Hey, thank you.
Good to see you.
You guys look good up there.
She's right here. She's gonna get all her stuff at the beach. Where's her go?
So item number 5 on our agenda is discussion and possible action on election of a mayor pro tem for it. So we have a mayor pro tem that's been serving, is Marita. Is there anyone else interested in taking on that besides Marita? If not, I would nominate Marita to be our Mayor Pro Tem for another 2 years.
Second.
I think Mike beat you the second.
Oh,
But you're doing
okay.
good. You're already winning.
Years, somebody second this.
Okay.
Let Jay.
Let Jay have it? Oh, well. All right. So we have a motion to elect Marita Kennedy Mayor Pro Tem for next year. Is there any discussion on that? Hearing none, I'll call for vote. All in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed, no. Congratulations, Mayor Pro Tem. You're Mayor Pro Tem again. I didn't ask you if you wanted that, so.
I'm honored.
But I didn't hear any objections or discussion, so.
I'm honored.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll move on to item number 6. Discussion and possible action on mayor's appointment of alternate judge for the West Orange Municipal Court. And I'd like to appoint Jay Odom as our alternate judge, as one of our alternate judges for the municipal court. And I'd like to make that as a motion.
We make Jay alternate judge.
All right, we have a motion to make Jay the alternate judge for the municipal court of the city of West Orange.
Second.
We got a second. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, well, I'll call for vote. All in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed, no. Well, congratulations, Jay. Motion passes.
Already got a promotion.
Well, that's where you just really work hard for this. See, he's still working for that same dollar a year, you know? Doing twice the job. Thank you. Okay, let's see, item number 7. Pending approval of mayor's appointment in item number 6 above, issuance of statement of appointed officer of alternate judge of West Orange Municipal Court. So, we have that here. This is another one of those read and sign, or just go ahead and sign it. You know what you're getting into. So that is number 7.
Now to do the oath.
Now we have to do the oath. Okay. That's number 8. We're on item number 8 now, folks. If anybody's keeping track. So we've done everything so far.
I, Jay Odom,
I, Jay Odom,
do solemnly swear or affirm
do solemnly swear or affirm
that I will faithfully execute
that I will faithfully execute
the duties of the office
the duties of the office
of the alternate municipal court judge
of the alternate municipal court judge
of the city of West Orange
of the city of West Orange
and of the state of Texas,
and of the state of Texas,
and will, to the best of my ability,
and will, to the best of my ability,
preserve, protect, and defend
preserve, protect, and defend
the Constitution
the Constitution
and laws of the United States
and laws of the United States
and of this state,
and of this state,
so help me God.
so help me God.
All right, item number 9, discussion and possible action on a membership application to the West Orange Volunteer Fire Department submitted by Jesse Lee Gardner.
Mr. Mayor, I'll make the motion that we accept Jesse Lee Gardner's application for the fire department.
We have a motion, do we have a second?
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, I'll call for a vote on the motion to accept Jesse Lee Gardner membership application to West Orange Volunteer Fire Department. All in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed, no. All right, motion carries. Is Jesse Lee Gardner here today? Oh, there you are. Okay.
Welcome.
Thank you for being with us to serve on the volunteer fire department. All right, item number 10, discussion possible action on a request from Brian Jackson for a variance to ordinance number 355C to allow him to have foul on his property. Mr. Jackson sent in a note to us and he listed as 335C. I just want to make sure we make that. There's no problem. It's 355C is Mr. Jackson.
Yes, sir.
Here. Okay.
Yes.
Well, come over here, Dar, so everybody can hear you. Appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You want a variance, I guess is what we call it, for having foul on your property at 306 Joyce. Is
Yes,
that what
sir.
you're asking for?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Would you like to make a statement towards that?
I just like to say, my property, where it's located, I talked to the only neighbor that I do got, it's a couple, and they said in the morning on the porch every morning, drink coffee and listen to the birds, so like, and I have a privacy fence 6 foot all the way around all my property. I keep my birds in a cage, I clean, have my son to clean every other day. I keep it real neat, and my chickens don't bother anybody. And only thing is I don't have a full acre. I have 0.6, and it states that I have to have a full acre, and I just have 0.6. And so I got.
Well, I drove by Mr. Jackson's property. It is well away from
Yes, sir.
any neighbors.
I drove by there too.
And,
Try to keep it neat and clean as possible.
Mr. Jackson, do you own the property that you live at?
I'm buying the property. Yes, ma'am.
Contract
Yes,
for
ma'am.
deed type thing or owner finance? Or
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
any question, but if they're not listed as the owner with the appraisal district, can they request a variance, or does the owner of the property have to request the variance?
Well, I mean, it's not,
It's not permanent.
yeah, it's not a, I mean, the ordinance itself doesn't have a variance within it, so if you're still bringing the property itself. You're granting a variance to the property that is not in compliance. So if they change owner, it would still stay.
The variance could stay.
It would stay.
Okay. Would stay. Not with the owner.
So the variance would stay as long as this person is on the property or
Well,
the next?
if it's just passing general variance, I believe so. If you made it explicit that it was only for this occupant, that's the only variance, I mean, you could make that stipulation.
Yeah.
You have hens and roosters, or just hens, or?
Just hens.
Just hens?
Yes, ma'am.
And there've been no complaints about the birds as far as you know?
Nothing I'm aware of.
Okay.
Pretty secure.
Bobby, have you had any complaints?
How much property do you have?
I have 0.6.
0.6 acres.
0.6.
That's quite a bit smaller than what the acre says in the ordinance.
This property is isolated, sort of, it's away from.
Y'all go by there and look at it?
Yeah.
There's,
Yeah.
I looked, there's not anything around it now, but who knows, next week we can get a building permit.
Mr. Jackson, you can go, you return to your seat if you like. We'll do what we're gonna do. We'll ask you questions if we need to. You can answer.
Thank you.
You look kind of uncomfortable over there.
Just nervous.
You did.
Yes, sir.
I'm in the same boat here as Mr. Jackson. I live on Smith Street, and I have chickens as well. And I was just trying to, I've been there for almost 5 years, and I hadn't had any problems with the chickens at all. And here recently, they just told us, you know, I mean, I needed to get rid of them. I was just here to see if there was something I could do about that.
Where do you live at?
On Smith Street, 2624 Smith Street, right up the road here.
Which block is that in?
It's between, Irving and, Lansing, yes, sir.
Which side of the road is it? North or south side of the road? South.
I'm on this side.
Oh, north side. North side. Thank you.
Yes.
Is there any, is there, we
I'll tell you what,
don't
I'd like to
move
make-
forward without a motion. So.
I'd like to make a motion that we grant this variance to Brian.
To Brian, not to the property.
Whatever legal.
Well, I think the question, if you want it to be just for the property, that it basically has a variance, they can have foul on that property indefinitely, or just as long as he's occupying the property.
All right, I'll tell you what, why don't I make a motion that we have this variance as long as Brian is there?
For the current occupant. Okay.
Current occupant, first chief.
I'll second that motion.
If we let him have the 0.6 acres, then the next guy comes in, well, I got 0.5, and then 0.4, and then 0.25.
He's not, he has the tail of his, I went out there and he's more than 100 feet from any structure. And the ordinance says you have to be 100, the coop has to be 100 feet from a structure.
Okay, you're exactly
Other
right.
than his home.
You're right, but
That's what we're opening ourselves up for, you know, and nothing against anyone.
we don't have a
But
second
if
yet.
yes, we do have.
Lane second.
Yes, if we do accept this variance, then we have to, for others coming, for us to accept.
Well, we don't have to grant the other variances.
No, we do not.
That's why this is a special, in my mind, special time that I would vote for a variance. Because of
Because
the
there's no
seclusion,
neighbors complaining, he does live 100 feet, you know, I agree with that.
privacy fence, all of that.
Sorry, you look like you wanted to say something?
Go ahead, Brian.
I've had a registration number for I've lived here for over 5 years. And this is the first time, even when I first got the chickens, I got a registration number for that address. And I don't keep any more than what I need there for the house anyways. I only collect eggs. I have one turkey, one goose, and the rest are hens, you know, they're only there for the eggs. You know, I've never had a complaint about my chickens or anything. They don't even get off the gate. I have a pen and everything for them where they stay. And I guess I'm kind of like you. I don't know what to say, you know what I'm saying? But my property is a little bit less than his. But
That would be a totally different situation, you'd have to come before us again with a proposal
Right.
or a variance. We can't do that today.
right, well, see, I didn't know about the variant. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do we need to rewrite the ordinance and be less strict?
That's something we consider.
Like it do
That would be a council,
half acre or more?
that would be a council decision, in some way today.
Yes.
But we have a motion and a second. Have any more? We have a motion to allow Mr. Barnett to keep chickens on the property as long as he is resident there.
Mr. Jackson.
Mr. Jackson?
Only Jackson, I don't know what you're doing.
Mr. Jackson, okay.
But you should definitely vote for him.
So we have a motion. Did I state that motion correctly? We have a motion and a second. Is there any more discussion? All right, I'll call for a vote. All in favor of the variance to allow Mr. Jackson to have fowl on his property, as long as he is a resident of that property. All in favor of that, variance, say aye. Did I? Let's show a hand.
Yeah.
Okay, we have, all right, all, Marie, you voted for it?
Yes.
Okay. All opposed?
What's 4-1?
So it's 4-1, motion carries.
Thanks, Brian.
All right, discussion and, possible action on authorizing the Public Works Director to advertise for bids for repaving Western Avenue from Irving Street west to Foreman Road.
I'll make a motion that we authorize the Public Works Director to advertise for bids for repaving Western Avenue from Irving Street west of Foreman Road.
Second.
All right, we have a motion and a second for the repaving of Western Avenue from Irving Street west of Foreman Road. Is there any discussion? John, do you have any comments?
No, sir.
Okay. So, well, you're the Public Works Director, so. All right, so we have a motion and a second, and I'm gonna call for a vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed, no. All right, motion carries. It'd be good to have a nice, smooth Western Avenue all the way through. So, item number 12, discussion and possible action on the following residential tax exemptions for tax year 2022. That's the homestead 65 or older or disabled.
Make a motion that we accept the residential tax exemptions for tax year 2022 for the homestead, 65 and over, and disabled.
Now, what is the maximum?
20% on homestead.
That's the percentage we need to
That's what we have currently as well.
So, here's this percentage of tax you may not exceed 20% and not less than 5,000. So does the motion include the rate of 20%?
Yes.
Okay. So we have a motion to approve the homestead exemption, exemption for tax year 2022 at 20%.
You're gonna do the over 65 and disabled on the signs. There's 17 and 17.
Okay, but you can't claim all three, you can only claim
You can find one, yes.
one of these. Okay.
And right now there's 17,000.
Okay. Is everybody on the council clear about that?
Yes.
17 years.
That's what it is now. I don't know what the motion is.
Well, we need to include in the motion the 17,000 portion for 65 and 17,000 portion of value approved for disabled exemption. 17,000. That's all. Who made the motion?
Yes.
So we have a motion to, do we have a second? Well, I've got a second, all right. We have a motion to approve the homestead exemption, 65 or older or disabled exemptions as well for tax year 2022 at 20% for the homestead, 17,000 for the 65 or older exemption, 17,000 for the disabled exemption. Is there any more discussion? Hearing none, I'll call for a vote. All in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed, no. All right, motion carries. Moving right along to item number 13. Discussion and possible action on approving the recommendation of the Selection Review Committee to award by resolution Trailer and Associates Inc. for administrative services in conjunction with the submittal of an application for funding through the 2022 Hazard Mitigation Grant Program for DR 4485 COVID-19 pandemic to provide application preparation, project administration, and project-related management services, if awarded. We have a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve the recommendation of the Selection Review Committee to award resolution, Trailer and Associates Incorporated.
All right. You second it?
Yes, sir.
We have a motion and second to award to Trailer and Associates for administrative services in conjunction with the submittal of an application for funding through the 2022 Hazard Mitigation Grant Program for DR 4485 COVID-19 pandemic. Let's see, that's the motion. Okay, lost track of where I was there for a second. Okay, so we have a motion and a second, and is there any discussion? No discussion. Call for vote. All in favor of awarding the grant, awarding Trailer and Associates the administrative services for middle of the grant. All in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed, no. Motion carries. Item number 14. Discussion and possible action on approving the recommendation of the Selection Review Committee to award by resolution Whiteley and Oliver LLC for engineering services in conjunction with the submittal of an application for funding through 2022 Hazard Mitigation Grant Program for DR 4485 COVID-19 pandemic to provide application preparation and project implementation if awarded.
I make a motion that we approve the recommendation by the Selection Review Committee to award by resolution Whiteley Oliver LLC for engineering services.
I'll second the motion.
I think Brent got the second in first.
Okay. It's hard to get down here.
So we have a motion to award to Whiteley Oliver LLC for engineering services in conjunction with the grant for DR 4485 COVID-19 pandemic. Is there any more discussion? Hearing none, I'll call for a vote. All in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed, no. All right. Motion carries. Item number 15, discussion and possible action on accepting into record the amended quarterly investment report for October through December 2021.
Make a motion we accept into record the amended quarterly investment report for October through December 2021.
Second. We have a motion and a second to approve the accepting the record into the amended quarterly investment report for October through December 2021. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, I'll call for a vote. All in favor of accepting the amended quarterly investment report for October through December 2021, say aye. Aye. All opposed, no. Motion carries. Item number 16. I don't know about y'all, but I'm glad we're here. Discussion and possible action on accepting into record the quarterly investment report for January through March 2022. We have a motion.
I make a motion. Go ahead.
I'll make a motion that we accept the quarterly investment report for January through March 2022.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to accept the quarterly investment report for January through March 2022. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, I'll call for a vote. All in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed, no. Motion carried. All right, so we have some announcements. City offices will be closed in observance of Memorial Day on Monday, May the 30th, 2022. Our next regular council meeting, Monday, June the 20th, 2022 at 5 p.m. And one other announcement we don't have there, we're going to have a reception for Shirley for her long service after this meeting closes out. So is there a motion to adjourn the meeting?
I'll make that motion.
Second.
All right, no discussion.